guys, I am making a special meal today. It was Holi recently, but we couldn't celebrate on the day, so we are celebrating over the weekend. I often get asked about how I prepare when I'm entertaining. So I've got 20 guests coming and I'm making one of my favorite kind of festive foods, which is a deep fried bread with a potato curry. But I'm going to share both the recipes in different videos, otherwise it's going to get too long and you might just want to make flatbreads or you might just want to make the sabji. So I am making soft dal kachori and serving it with masala aloo. Actually just khatte aloo, not even masala aloo. And this recipe can also be found written in my book Chaat Chutney, because often people ask for it in recipes. They're either on my website or in my book. So these two recipes can be found in here. This is a book specially about Indian street food and it's one of my favorites. So the soft kachori is basically a soft dough filled with soaked uncooked lentils. Exactly. It's so different to a khasta kachori. Khasta kachori means crispy kachori. This one is soft kachori, means soft kachori. So let's get cooking. Those 20 people who are coming are my close friends and usually I cook everything, but because it's a festival, everyone was very eager to bring a plate of food. So we're kind of having a little bit of potluck as well. I am making soft kachori with aloo sabji and a couple of other things, but everyone's going to bring a little bit for the table too, which is very exciting. And of course, I'm going to share all of that with you guys today. So I am making for 20 people, which is why I have multiplied the recipe, and I'm using 375 grams of urad dal or split black lentils, and I'm going to soak it in 600 ml of boiling water, give it a stir and then leave it to soak for 2 hours. So last night I prepared some lovely spicy cookies, not spicy cookies, cookies with a hint of spice. They are from my book Cardamom Trail, which was my first book. And I also made some cupcakes and I'm going to ice them in a bit. So I've got those two things ready. I've got my chickpeas boiling up and I am going to make, for this, the chickpeas, I am going to make something from Chaat Chutney, something from Kolkata. And I have been wanting to cook this for so long. It is such a beautiful book with all sorts of street food from 4 corners of the country, and I am making potato, paneer and chickpea curry, and this is how it looks. I'm not going to put potatoes because I'm making a separate potato curry, but I'm going to make paneer and chickpea curry, and yeah, that will be very nice. So the chickpeas are boiling. I have still got to go out and buy some paneer. I'm out of paneer, and I prepared makhani sauce last night because otherwise it would have been too much. So makhani sauce has been sitting in the fridge. It's out now, and I will move on to the potato curry. So after 2 hours, it's soaked up all the water. All the water has gone in. The lentils have fluffed up a little bit. They're a bit softer, and that's when I am going to blitz this up first. So I'm just taking out the lentils from here and putting it in the mixer. I am not going to make a paste of it. I just want it very slightly blitzed up. I just want it to have like a bite. Just have that bite, not a paste or a puree in any shape or form. So I'm just going to very carefully blitz this so that I'm not going to puree it completely, which is why I'm removing all the water, whatever has not been soaked in. Usually it does soak up all the water, but I did accidentally put in a bit extra. So okay, let's do that. You can see that a bit of it is smooth, but you can still see some of these lentils there. So there is going to be a bite to this, which is exactly how I want the filling to be. You can make it into a paste, but it's quite nice when you're eating it and you get that lentils, like a little bit of the crunch. So in this mixture goes a pinch of asafoetida. If you don't have asafoetida or hing, you can skip it. I can completely say that. And I've got carom seeds or ajwain. Now you can't replace this with anything. So again, that is a very lovely flavor that it adds to anything. It's an aniseedy flavor, so it's quite different to anything else. But anyways, if you can't find it, we are anyways adding cumin seeds to it. So this is home ground. I've ground this at home, so I roasted it, and you can see the difference because when it's ready made, it's all powder. But I did it in a pestle and mortar, and it's got like a coarse, rough feel to it. So in goes a teaspoon of that. And also I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt to this, and also half a teaspoon of baking powder, because this was a tip given to me by a halwai, which is like a kind of sweet maker in India, to add this. So I always add it since then. And last thing, a couple of tablespoons of semolina or suji, and you can also add some chili to this, like a teaspoon of chili. And then all that's left to do is mix it up, like really mix it well, so all the spices and the lentils are mixed together nicely. So as you can see that the kitchen is a big mess. So when I'm cooking for friends, it's always a complete mess. And I wanted to show you guys the reality of what happens when I'm entertaining. So I'm not tidied up. This is how it is. I'm going to be doing lots more before I start tidying up. But the next step is to make the dough for the soft kachori. So I have got here the plain flour. For this recipe, just because I don't want to confuse you, I'm going to leave all the measurements in the description, because I'm using slightly more because I'm making for a bigger group. And if you want to just make for 8, the recipe book says the recipe is for 8 people. So obviously I'm not making for 8 people, I'm making for more. So in the plain flour goes salt and also oil. So I am using really good quality rapeseed oil. You could possibly use ghee. So once you add the oil, you just kind of mix it all up, kind of breadcrumb texture. And once you've got all the oil into the flour, when you press this dough, it kind of holds still, and that is what we are looking for. And this dough doesn't take too much water because it's not like a wet dough, but as always, add little at a time, knead it, and then you know when to stop. So the dough has come together nicely, just giving it a little bit of a knead. And it's really important to let the dough rest. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of oil. Okay, that's a bit too much. Take a little bit of oil, just press the dough, and now I'm just going to let it rest for an hour while I prepare the other food. So while it's resting, I am going to prepare the aloo ki sabji, that's potato sabji, that goes with this. The combination is what makes it so special. So if you want to see the recipe for the aloo ki sabji, you'll have to tune in next week for the recipe. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you receive a notification and you don't miss it out, guys. Okay, So I'm going to cook that, but I'll share the recipe for that next week. And in the meantime, I am also preparing a lovely chickpea paneer curry. It's also from my book Chaat Chutney, another Kolkata special. So if you would like the recipe for this dish, then let me know in the comments, a yes, a big yes in the comments below, and I will make it next time. So I have finished this paneer and chickpea Kolkata style curry, and it smells incredible, and I just need to test the seasoning, which is really important, and even more important if you are cooking for kind of friends, or you know, for others, because you want to serve them just the perfect. You could have worked really hard, but if the seasoning is not right, it's not really going to work, is it? This is one of my favorite books, recipes from that book. Oh my god, that's so good. And this is going to go so well with our kachoris. What an amazing combination. So I'm going to let this simmer and move on to the next step. Like I said, if you want the recipe for this dish, then let me know in the comments below with a big fat yes. Yay! This is almost done. I'm going to let it simmer for a bit. And this is the potato curry, which is completely done, and it's just going to sit till we are ready to serve this evening. I am also going to prepare a very quick raita and a very quick salad, like a mixed cucumber, onion and tomato salad. I'm going to set the table up now. So for the salad, I have got half a cucumber here. It was a big cucumber, and I've got a couple of tomatoes. I have de-seeded it and chopped it all in similar sizes, and then I'm going to add an onion, again chopped up, add a little bit of salt, a bit of chili powder, a bit of black pepper and some lemon juice, and mix it all up, and it's ready to be served. And also making a lovely tart. I prepared the base yesterday and left it on the kitchen shelf. I'm just cutting off the excess from the sides, and then I'm going to fill it and make a lovely roasted cauliflower tart. Again, I have not yet shared the recipe for this, so if you like it, let me know in the comments below. The custard goes on top, and then just press it down, and this is going to go into the oven to bake, and then it will be ready for as a starter when the friends arrive. Now I'm just finishing the cupcakes with some frosting or icing. And since it's Holi, it's quite important to get some colors or gulal out. This is what we'll throw at each other and have fun with. So the dough has rested now for a couple of hours. What I'm going to do is give it a quick knead through, then it'll loosen up. It's already become quite soft. And now I have tidied the whole kitchen up, so this is my last job to prepare the kachoris. Tiniest bit of oil. Just make small portions. So I'm just making sure they're kind of similar size dough balls, and I've got my filling in here. So I'm just taking one portion at a time. I've got a little bit of oil here. I'm just taking a little bit of oil and rolling it into a small circle, and then just putting a teaspoon, a heaped teaspoon and a half heaped teaspoon into the middle, and then just pinching it from the sides. And I'm not rolling them yet. I'm just preparing all these right now. I'm just going to prepare all of them and then fry them and roll them when I'm ready to serve. And these will be fried just when I'm ready to serve, because I don't want to serve them cold. Our friends are here and it's time to play some Holi and have fun. And for starters, I have served some cauliflower tart, some crisps and little bits and pieces. The food is ready to be served. I'm just going to reheat all this, and there are some pickles, and I'm going to fry the kachoris now piping hot, ready to be served. Everyone is having a lot of fun, and here is some raita, which is bundi raita, gram flour balls soaked in yogurt and just a few basic spices on top. And then, like every Indian household, everyone chips in to help out. So I am just taking these kachoris, not rolling them out, just pressing it with my fingers, just flattening it up and making sure that it does not leak when I deep fry it. And I've got some sunflower oil piping hot in here, and I'm going to fry 2 or 3 at a time. My friends are here, and one of them is frying, the other one is rolling them out, and everyone is chipping in. So cook this for 2 to 3 minutes on each side until beautifully golden. You don't want to serve them pale looking. Put them on some kitchen roll to absorb excess oil, and then serve it piping hot with the rest of the food. So everyone's trying to help me in the kitchen, which is lovely. It's quite nice to be able to serve soft kachoris to everyone tonight. So on the table we have some carrot chutney, some raita, pickles, aloo matar, aloo sabji, some paneer and chickpea, pulao, salad, and of course the piping hot kachoris. And this is my plate of food. Look at this kachori. It's got the lentils inside, crispy outside, absolutely divine plate of food. And now it's turn for some pudding. I decided to make some piping hot jalebis for the dessert, and again everyone wants to have a go at piping them, which is so much fun because you can see they're all different shapes and sizes. Once fried, they are soaked in some sugar syrup and enjoyed hot off the pan. And here is my friend who is going to try and pipe them in a very random design, but it all tasted pretty amazing in the end. And here is the pudding table with some kheer, some cookies, the cupcakes and the jalebis.